Okay, back in ETS, just a lazy stream for today. Just winding down, ready for Christmas tomorrow. Picked up a job, and we're going to be off in a moment once I just double check the map. Need to make sure we're going on the roads. Are you serious? Picked up a job, but doesn't hit the road that I want to go on. Crap. We might skip that job then, because that's going to be a useless job. Thought I picked up the right one. Clearly not. No, it's not the one. What button is it? Hello there, Matthew, and you too. Take care. I can't believe I got the wrong job. Do that again, shall we? Job market, quick job. Strasbourg. I need to go up to here. Then what is here then? Can I go north? Wow, that's one way of doing it. Is there anything a little bit shorter? I could do it. We shall see. When it loads. Right. Map. What? Wow, okay. We could do the tour. We've got to get the garage. At least then we'll have a new road all the way up. And then we are on the old road and another garage to purchase. Alright. Looks like a good start. Take the long route round. And it looks like we've got no choice. That should do. Hold on. I think we need to sit further back. Still can't get this clutch to work. We're just going to cover some of these roads, pick up that garage. we can make a move. The garage is down here on the left, we'll pick that up now. We need to add that to our list. Yes. And hopefully we can reverse out of here without too much trouble. Okay. What have we got? 594 litres, 141 miles to travel, 4 hours and 8. And we've got 6 hours 34 to play with. I don't know why, but every time I run this game, it's always nighttime. Either that or they've changed it so it gets dark early. Because of the mod I'm running. Never thought of that actually. Might be why actually. Made sure we got a cup of coffee, that's for sure. And I hope if anybody's watching, you've all got your Christmas all ready and prepared for. Get some full beams going. We'll blind everybody coming towards us, shall we? I don't know yet. I think so. I did take off a load of stuff, so hopefully I've taken off the right one. Won't know until I pick that truck back up, but because I'm doing random jobs and random trucks, I'm not quite sure. wet. A little bit chilly and very wet at the moment. It's been raining all day. Even washed the car in the rain today because it was that dirty. I thought, right, this car needs a really good clean, so I thought I'm just going to have to do it in the rain. Hello then, Mark. Happy Xmas to you too, buddy. Hope you're all prepared. Yeah, that rain gets about. Okay. Watch out, because he'll probably do a random brake check on me now and I'll be buggered. Yes, the Frosty mod. I'm loving it. Really good. I did say it was a chill stream. Literally. Ah, speeding offence, whatever. Because if I drove automatic, I'd fall asleep at the wheel. Ooh, he's a little wide. No, I've always used manual. I only use automatic when if I haven't got a gearbox working for the game. The only difference now is I'm not using my truck shifter because that's damaged. I've sent that. Well, I will be sending that back shortly to get repaired. Would seem there's a loose connection inside the shifter, so I was getting a load of USB errors and it was because of that. Mine is manual. My car is manual as well. Learn to drive in the manual. If you learn to, I don't know if it's the same over there, I'm assuming it is, but if you learn to drive on an auto, all you can drive is an auto, so you're better off learning to drive a manual, and then you can drive auto or manual. Well, they're off key. How you doing? Right then, hold on. Off key, where are you from if it's morning? And does that mean it's Xmas morning for you? Who taught you? The instructor did. When I was old enough, I got myself some driving lessons and hit the road. Nah, we don't do it like that here. For driving, you get yourself a driving instructor. It's not done through the school or anything like that. 6 gears in the car. Plenty enough for me. Certainly don't need to be doing 18 like in a truck. I'm gonna get me some lanes. There's a biker coming up. Hold on, I'm on the wrong side. Where am I going? Why do I like 6? Well, because it's probably higher than 5, you know? There's no reason. It's just the car comes with a 6-speed box. You don't get a choice. The car before that had a 5-speed box. This one's got a 6-speed box. Because the manufacturers deemed it better to have 6 rather than 5. Usually the more gears you have, the better for fuel economy as well. We're gonna sneak it through if we can. So why did you say morning, Offkey? I'm confused now. You're trying to throw me off. Right, we should have... Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, we're not slowing down on that one. I was too busy looking at the chat. Ah, sucks. Sorry. I think there's a garage by there. It probably did some of it, because your brakes don't work as well on this, and you do slide if you're not careful, so probably a mix of both. Okay, so that's another garage. God. I don't know how many garages I've ended up purchasing. Don't dare look at the number of garages. Probably loads. I wonder how many there are in total. Yeah, you just get reduced braking because of the snow. You know, they tried to add a little bit of realism with it. There's still quite a bit of brake. I mean, you can swerve quite a bit. Just the truck reacts a little bit slower. Yeah, the truck's doing fine, it's just my driving, I'm just not being careful enough. No, at the end of the day, you're driving a truck that probably weighs a good 15-20 tons. It ain't gonna stop easy. I should, but at the end of the day, it is just a game. It's a different story in real life. You haven't got a screen or anybody talking to you distracting you. So it's all good. That was close. HE Sprints are absolutely awesome, mate. Had the Fanatec V3 inverted pedals beforehand, and these are just a class above, to be honest. If you're in the market for them, I would certainly recommend them. What time do the monitors get to your home? I've had these monitors for ages. Ah, you have the pros. Well, if you've got the pros, you certainly don't need to change. I'd love a set of pros, but yeah, spending that much money on pros? Yeah, I don't know about that. But coming from the Fanatec inverted pedals, yeah, there's a definite difference. You know, you can modulate the brake a heck of a lot more. I mean, maybe I didn't have the brake pedal set up. Hey, I just bring everybody back to reality, you know, off-key. Oh, look out, my camera's doing weird stuff again. What was that all about? Hello? That's twice it's done that today. Actually, hold on a second. I'll just make sure it's not a loose cable. Right, app. 77.56. Ooh, a little bit extra. We're not going to go there. Nah, it'll be. I wouldn't. At the end of the day, the pros, you know, they're probably their best pedals, and it's highly unlikely of them that they're going to make a pedal for £600, which costs, you know, a fair amount less, that are going to surpass what have been their top pedals for I don't know how long, and still are. I mean, I've never tried the pros, but I would hedge my bets that the pros probably give you more yet again. How much more? It would be interesting to find out. You know, is it... I mean, what's the difference in price now? Last time I looked at pros for the 3 pedal set, what were they? 1,300 or something? Let's say it's another £600, £700 tops to go from sprints to the pros. Is it £600 worth? That would be the question. And if I did racing online at a level that I felt was that the pros would be beneficial, then I would say yeah. Or the ultimate, sorry, yeah. I keep forgetting about the ultimates. I get them mixed up, sorry. Yeah, because the pros were less, weren't they? Sorry, I keep forgetting. Jeez. Yeah, I wouldn't say the sprints are going to be better than the pros, or the pros. I guess what it comes down to is the adjustability. See, I don't know enough about. I've got no experience of the pros or the ultimates. I guess what you need to do is hit the. I think there was somebody on Facebook in one of the sim race Facebook channels, and he was purchasing the sprint to compare to what he had, and I can't remember if they were pros or ultimates. It must have been pros, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, and they do say, you know, if you're at kind of racing level, then you probably want something like the ultimates. It would be interesting, you know, if you had the opportunity to try a set, then I would certainly say go for it, but I wouldn't have thought there'd be much of a difference, to be honest. I mean, the things I've noticed the most, the accelerator, it's got a very good weight and feel to it. You know, at the end of the day, it's just a smooth throw. The clutch, I would say, has more feel than the V3 inverted that I had. It's the brake, that's the main part. I mean, I've left the brake as standard and I've adjusted the pressure on it. And it was, I think it's set to 50 kilos out of the factory. It's now down to about 35 while I get used to it. I'm loving them. I must admit, I was worried because I was like, you know, I'm going from a £500 set of pedals to a £600 set of pedals at the end of the day. And I had only recently adjusted my pedals, the V3s, to be a lot firmer than what they were. I had them set up initially just like a road car, you know, quite a long throw for the brake, not very firm. And then I started to firm up the brake over time and got used to it. And I must admit, when I got these, I was like, is this gonna be, you know, £600 worth better than the V3s? And I'm glad I changed. I am, absolutely. So for anybody who's coming up to this kind of level, I would recommend them. For yourself, it may be more of a sidestep rather than an upgrade. I guess at the end of the day, if you tried them and you preferred them, then it may be worth your while. It's been a long slog, but I'm getting there with the rig. Mine is not a P1. I wish it was, but it's based on a P1. I've made mine slightly wider than P1. It's the same length and about the same height. I've kind of tailored it. I wanted something a little bit bigger and wider because I've got so much on it. I mean, at the end of the day, if I move in this side of it and this side, then it converts it to full flight. So you've got flight sticks and a throttle stick by here as well. So I needed something a little bit bigger where I could mount everything I want and make it movable so I can bring it into play if I need to and then push it out when I don't need it. So that was a win-win for me, really, by doing that. By making it myself as well, I saved a little bit of money. You know, not a night and day difference, but a couple of £100 at the end of the day. So, you know, for anybody who's looking to go for, you know, an 80/20 rig or whatever you want to call them, aluminium profile, I would certainly say consider making your own if you want to save yourself and expand on. Because if you bought the P1 and added on all the extras that they do, it's an expensive piece of kit. You know, if all you need is a race rig, then absolutely a P1 all day I would recommend. But when you add the extras on, it's like, wow. Yep, that's the one. Did it through them. Used the software to 3D design the parts and the way I wanted it all to link together, and just bought the bits. The only thing I did, I bought the main bits of metal were from that company. The bolts I bought from them. The angle brackets I actually got from eBay, because there was a person making them hella cheap, like a couple of quid for 5. Rather than spending, you know, like a couple of quid just for one bracket. So I ordered them off eBay and got them imported from Singapore or wherever. And that saved me a hell of a load of money, that did. Don't know whether the guy still does them. I hope he does, because if I need spares, I'll have to find someone else. Right, I need to find a good section of road to hit. That Milan one might be good, if I can find Milan. We gotta go north, preferably. Don't know if I want to go for that one. None of the jobs go in the direction I want to go. Sucks. Let's try that one. No, I don't want to take a huge job. You can't zoom in on that, but what's that? That's a 10-hour drive. Yeah, why not? Let's see if we can change the map, suit the roads that we need. Right, map. Yeah, that's the problem, but what we want to do is hit that road. Okay, I think that's about all we can do on that one. Let's go for a drive. That's not going in, is it? Right, we need to get normal view. Right, let's get with it, shall we? 394 litres on board. We've got 493 miles to go, so we're going to be a bit short of fuel. I didn't want to turn too well. Engine off. So get about what, 500 litres? There we are, we should be fine. Stop showing off. What was I doing to show off? Hey, I like, if you're on about the outside of the truck, I like driving on the outside view now and again. It's cool watching the truck go by. Especially with the winter mod. Look out, I'm going to hit the wall now. That's a weird angle. Whoa, that was close. Oh, what kind of road is this? So, 11 hours 55. How much time have we got to play with? 25 and 9. Senpai, good to see you. Merry Christmas to you too and your family. Hope you're all set. Get the old toggle going. You've lost me. What do you mean now? The Z1 for PC monitor. Do you mean by having the display displaying onto a monitor itself? Yeah, you can do if you want to. You can output to one of these, but I'm not a great fan of SimHub to do the dashes. The software I find is a little bit clunky, the interface to design your own. For these, I use SimDash. These are an Android phone and an Android tablet. And I just find the interface so much easier to set up. Senpai's been on the rig all day. He's had a long, hard day. Wow, that's a hell of a view over there. The Sim Dash. Oh god, that's a good question. I don't think it does off the top of my head. So if you need it to be monitors only, you might be better off with obviously the SimHub software. That definitely will do it. I have used it before. I can't recall on the Sim Dash, sorry, because it's not something I tend to do. I know I started with SimHub, so I tried out making my own displays, and I tried out, you know, layouts on screens and what have you. You've been busy then, Senpai, I see. Trying to get to the top, are we? I tell you what, I do like the views you get in Italy. That, yeah, you can't see it, but that view over there is stunning. Do a search for Sim Dashboard and have a look. I mean, I know on the website it'll tell you about it. I don't know if it'll tell me here actually. Let me have a quick look on here. I don't think it mentions anything about output to monitor. It may, if it does, it probably does it on the PC side. Port, expert, track maps, controllers, units, game. Nah, it doesn't seem to say on there. What I do like about this though is that you can just convert a tablet into a button box. I don't know if I've got one set up. I know that. Oh no, I haven't installed it because I've only recently reloaded it back on. But I used to have one set up as a button box for tracking once upon a time. You'd load it in, you put a load of buttons or switches, and you can toggle it. I can add vibration as well to it, so when you press it, it gives you some feedback. It's a good little program. Well worth having. Yeah, see, the problem I have with the fixed dashboards, you know, you're kind of tied into that as far as I'm aware. Which is why I decided, you know what, as nice it would be to have, you know, the Pro Gear and stuff, I'm more than happy just using a phone or a tablet. It does exactly the same job. I can customize it, and at the end of the day, if I want to change it, I can, and it's fairly straightforward. For the ones that are like bespoke to do the job, I don't know how flexible they are with, you know, changing software and what have you. Is there any reason why you need an output to a monitor though? You just want to have a big screen, do you? Nah, I'm not big on mods, to be honest. I just like jumping in a truck and driving. And I'm not fussed if it's, you know, a lowly old truck or a really fancy truck. Hello there, Nick, how you doing? Oh, mods for the channel. You have to be more clear, mate. I haven't got my crystal ball anymore. Not at the moment. I've got a mod, but the channel's not busy enough to be worried about stuff, to be honest. If the channel does become more busy, though, absolutely, at some point, we will be adding mods left, right, and centre, I guess. Yeah, I need to get... I was going to look into that, because that's the one thing I'm going to be missing now from the Fanatec pedals, because they had the vibration. So I need to look at adding vibration to the pedals. Because I must admit, I used to love having the Fanatec vibration on the pedals. You know, it wasn't particularly strong, but it was enough to give you a little bit of a feedback. And I enjoyed it. It was good. So that's one of the next things I fancy doing, is getting another bass shaker, finding somewhere down on the pedals or on the plate that I've got down there, and add it in and get that tuned in with SimHub. Maybe I'll go as far as adding 4. I've only got the one shaker at the moment, but maybe I'll go for 4. The only problem is, for games like this, it doesn't work very well, but in the racing games, absolutely. Oh, down to 9 hours already, making a bit of a dent. Let's try and get some speed, shall we? Yeah, it's been a chill day, to be honest. See where the markings are on the road. Hello? Straight line it. Yeah, pretty much got myself all set for Christmas now, so gonna kick back, relax in the morning, watch my son open up his presents and have a good smile on his face, and then get up to the parents' house, have a big meal, and then sit on the couch and complain I've eaten too much. Stick me with a fork so I can pop. Oh, look out. My headset's complaining. Battery low. Oh man, my cable's caught up. Right, hold on. Look, man, no hands. Whoops, my bad. What time am I going to be streaming till? Until I feel tired and need to go to sleep. Probably late-ish, maybe midnight or gone midnight. My son's asleep in bed, so I'd only be sitting there watching TV or playing a game, so I thought, well, I might as well just do a lazy stream, relax, and have a chilled evening. Head to bed at some point when I'm feeling tired and crack on with the day then. How about you guys? What plans have you got? You having Christmas in your own home? Are you going to your parents or friends or relatives? What do you do for your Christmases? That'd be interesting to find out, actually. See what other people get up to. Oh, that didn't go into anything, did it? Uh-oh, I hit the switch. There we go. No, I'm a single father. So it's not as if I can leave the house when he's asleep. So my time is used up wisely playing. Yeah, that's what I'll end up doing. I'll be going over to my mother's house. My parents' house, I should say. I'll be seeing them then. Uh-oh. I didn't get any close enough today. Let's try that again, shall we? That's the one. Should have gone on that lane. He sits on my lap and he plays with the wheel while I'm driving. Well, while I'm doing the pedals. He can't quite reach. You know, he's only 9, but still, it's I'm quite tall, so it makes it awkward for him. Wow, 14. Someone's gonna be busy cooking. That's a lot of people to sit around a table. What is with the AI? Watch this guy swerve. If he swerves again. I know, that's the best bit, isn't it? My mother's like, do you want to cook for Christmas? Yeah. I don't want to cook. One bonus to being like a single father and having your parents around you to help. You get out of cooking all the time because they end up cooking. You're like, yeah, we'll put something on. Yes, winner, chicken dinner. Except this time it's turkey. Cool. It's a nice view. Honk honk. Have we got a horn today? Nope. I, just the two of us. Look out. He's gonna be whining and dining. Wow, that's a hell of a view. Look at that. That's the wrong one. Don't look at that one. Look at that one. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. That's a hell of a bridge. There are times when I wish I could just zoom in and have all the screens showing on the screen there, but if I did that, you wouldn't see anything at all. Oh, hold on. Got to turn by here. Maybe a bit too slow. Ugh, you git. Ah, he stopped at the last moment. What hobbies does my son have? PS4, Fortnite. That's about it. Just like any other 9-10-year-old out there. Fortnite, YouTube, toys. Ah, it's not in gear, right? Don't have to worry about exercise because I don't get it. He plays Fortnite, standing in front of the TV with the controller, jumping up and down on the spot because he gets that worked up. There have been times when, you know, and I time limit the usage of the PlayStation, so he gets a couple of hours a day, that's it. And I've seen times when he's come down sweating pints because he's been jumping on the spot so much. And it's like, you know, most parents would probably be worried, you know, oh, your child's not staying in, he's not going out doing this. Unfortunately, where I live, it's not a very, well, it's an okay neighbourhood, it's just quiet. And most of the people who live around here are actually elderly. So there's next to no kids to play outside with. So unless you want to play around and kick a ball with a 90-year-old person, great. There's loads of them around here. Does he limit my gameplay? Oh no, I'm the one who knows the password, that's why. No doubt one day he'll learn how to access the router, but until then, no, he's it's MAC address filtered on the router, so times are added towards his devices and they all turn on and turn off for internet access. What surprised me with how few parents that I talked to didn't even know about doing that. I was like, what? Wow. One, it saves you having an argument with your own child about trying to get them off playing. And it sets a routine. That's one of the best things you can do. Once you've got a routine going, plain sailing. At least that's what I found anyway. I mean, obviously it's going to be different for every parent out there, but it's been good. I've been lucky in that respect. He's a good kid, really. Can't complain. Yeah, well, that's kind of hard. A lot of parents aren't up on tech. I kind of am, so yeah, I'm pretty quick to notice when things aren't working the way they should be. Trust me, he doesn't know. The only way you can disable it is by going into the router settings and disabling it completely. And I'd be able to spot that a mile off because I can log into the router from any device. That, and if he was playing past a certain time, then I definitely know. Ooh, that's a bit sharp. Oh, trust me, he's sleeping. He was up at 6 o'clock this morning. I said, if you get up at 6 o'clock again, you and me can have words. Yeah, but then I can still see all the devices accessing the router. And I know how many devices are in the house. And anything that connects would have a new IP address, so it's just a matter of just ticking them off the list. All the devices have fixed IPs. If you add a new one, it'll have a random IP which you can identify easy. See? If you leave your router set to dynamic, yes. But if you give every device a static IP in the router itself, then any new device would be assigned a dynamic IP, so you would see that standing out a mile, because you would know that, you know, let's say you've got 30 devices and they range from 2 to 31, you know straight away, right, if there's a 32 or if there's a 40, that would be one either added on or two dynamically assigned. So you know then that would be a change. It's all down to how you program it and how your router works. And again, not all routers may do that. Depends on who you're with and what model router you have. That's a hell of a view down there. I wonder if we get a good... Nah, we're going to miss some of that. That's a shame. Go to outside. No. See, what you're dealing with, when you connect, any device that connects to a router is signed an IP address. So your home network, let's say you have 5 devices, each one would be signed an IP address. So what we're talking about is the local network that your devices are assigned. So whether you have a dynamic IP address or a static IP address on the local network doesn't really matter. I've had my devices on a static IP for years, never have any problems. That way then, if I need to jump in and work on a particular device, I'll know the IP number of the device and I can just type it in and get access to it straight away. Because if you don't have a description next to it, you've got to work out then the MAC address and IP for each device. Or devices that you have. Or that don't have a name. Yeah, basically. You've got to look at a router as having 2 doors. You've got the local network, which is the home network, and then you've got the wide area network, which is the second door, which connects you to the internet. And that'll have its own IP address as well. So if someone was hacking you, they would have to know your wide area network to gain access to your devices and your router itself. Yeah, well, there we are. You should know the ins and outs then. This is really nice looking. I'm loving this. It's nice actually to come back to areas where you've been before. I mean, this may not be because I can't see the map. This looks like one of the new ones. But even some of the new areas, just to have them done with the snow layout, they can look really, really good. It's a way of revisiting the map and enjoying it yet again. That'll keep you busy. Well, where'd that car come from? Zip around there. The speed of this truck. They clearly don't have any ice physics. That looks really nice. Oh, that's not just stopping. Stay there. Oh. Sorry. I didn't even see him. Where did he come from? I think I was too busy reading chat. Oh, there's only 1% damage. We can live with that. Oh, look out. Is that a lot of bill? Yeah. Cows. Man, what is it with my throat? It's lack of caffeine. That's what it is. Uh-oh, trouble. Uh-oh, uh-oh. That didn't want to turn. Oh, we avoided it though. Well, the game in Ultra, no. Its shadows are on ultra, everything else is probably set to high. I think mirrors are set to medium, mirror distance, because that chews up the graphics processor. Reflections are dropped slightly because I find they can be a problem. It's probably why I've gone off running Chrome on all my trucks. I'll show you now, hold on. Yeah, so anti-aliasing turned off, high dynamic range on, depth of field off because it's not really worth it. Sun shafts is on, color corrections on. Otherwise, reflection high. I thought I was running that medium. Vegetation detail medium. Grass low because there's next to no difference between low and high anyway. Shadow quality ultra. Otherwise, everything else then. Oh, weather quality is ultra as well. Sorry. Otherwise, we're looking for high and everything else. Mirror distance medium. And everything else then is ticked on or high. And I find that gives me the best balance. If I put everything on ultra, in the really busy areas, it'll grind right the way down, you know, maybe 10, 15 frames. But with it like that, in the busy areas, it'll hover around 40, and then everywhere else then I'll be hitting 60 all day long. .1080 Ti. The problem is the 3 screens. It's like I can run this game and my monitors are 144 Hz, but I can't do 144 Hz, 3 screens, and stream at the same time because the whole thing just goes and has a spaz attack and just doesn't want to work. The stream just collapses because I'm doing it all off the one PC. So for me to be able to stream this game smoothly and with hopefully decent quality, I've got to keep it fixed at 60 Hz. If I wasn't streaming, I can put G-Sync on and run the game, and then it becomes buttery smooth for me. It's really, really nice. Which is why I'm contemplating setting up a second PC for streaming, because then I should be able to run it, you know, at 100 Hz or higher, whatever, get the smooth frames and carry on playing without worrying then. Yeah, I was running a MSI, let me reword that, MSI 1080 Ti, but the MSI card couldn't support triple display ports. So I then changed to an EVGA 1080 Ti. Now that does have triple display ports, so then I can run 144 Hz. I've contemplated upgrading to a 2080 Ti, but I think I'll wait for the next revision of cards because there's just too much. You know, they're an early card. You know, yes, they would. I probably would see a performance difference, but not for the price. You know, the extra you spend, I don't think it's worth the frames per second difference at the moment. All 1080 Ti's are 11 gigabytes, aren't they? If I remember correctly. Used to have a 970, upgraded to a 980, and jumped then to a 1080 Ti. I would recommend anybody, if you've got the money, I would grab a 1080 Ti, even second hand. The pricing of 1080 Ti's now, you know, if you bought one second hand, you could probably pick one up for around the 550 mark. It's on the back there, accuracy, don't worry. I think I missed the turning. We're going back at myself. Oh, bugger. I think I just took up the copper. 1050 Ti is a good little card. Again, you know, when I had a single screen, whoa, you know, I could do 144 Hz so easy, it was ridiculous. It's when you hit triples, that's when it starts to get quite a load. And the heat, oh my god, when I was playing, what is it? If I do 60 frames a second, and I play any game, the card probably ticks along at 50 degrees, which is great. If I do 144 Hz triple screen, the card hits nearly, what, 95% load, and temperatures hit 70, 80 really quickly. Oh, this isn't good. Are you still driving? That's not good. Push me wide. Yeah, but the 2080, oh god, we're not stuck. 2080 is the same as a 1080 Ti, you know, you may get an extra frame or two per second. Oh god, what did I get wedged on? Happy with the pedals now? Can't believe I got stuck in a sign, Jesus. You know, I've contemplated the 2080 series. Oh, jeez, I put it in reverse. What an idiot. Ah, exactly. I mean, it depends what you're coming from. I wouldn't go from a 1080 Ti to a 2080. It's more of a sidestep rather than an upgrade. I was considering doing the 2080 Ti, and I've got the money for it, but I thought there isn't enough of an upgrade for me to warrant spending the extra. I'm looking for more of a jump, so I'm just going to wait for the next series, you know, and hopefully then we'll see a good 30-40 frames per second difference jump. Who knows, maybe less. But I want a more significant upgrade. And I can see this card doing me fine for the next year at least. So accuracy, you've got obviously the same pedals as me. Have you modded the pedals at all with the adjustable pieces that they give you? Or have you just left the standard setup and just lowered it down? I'm surprised they've had to go down to 20. Are you sure you just don't need to adjust the pedal in game? I mean, the first thing I did, I connected the pedals and I did the calibration on the pedals using the software that they are telling you to download, and then it just adjusted the pressure until I felt it was at a comfortable level for me. But at the end of the day, if you're finding 20 is perfectly fine, then yeah. The only other thing I can think of though is maybe it just needs to be adjusted in game instead. You must be very happy with that then. can get a full brake with that. I can't think what though. You sure you didn't adjust anything else on the pedals? Yeah, Senpai, I know, Mark. Uh-oh, fuel. 1 hour 24, oh, 56, we should be fine. Let's find out. I don't know if you're going to see here, but nope, not anymore. I got rid of my Fanatec pedals that I had. There's my profile. I've left everything 5%, 5, and the brake max force kilos 35. And if I hit there, yeah, max bar. Did you do the calibration on the pedals? And that's me using my left foot. And I've got even more load with my right, because that's my dominant foot. Maybe you need to do your calibration again, because I find that's kind of easy for me. It's not. I find that comfortable, and I'm playing in socks as well. I'm not using shoes, so if I just rest my foot, now that's a fair amount of pressure. I can get halfway. I mean, 20. That feels really light just to hit 20. But then maybe I'm used to pressing harder. But yeah, it's you know, if I stamp on them, it'll probably go past that. I could probably adjust that. Yeah, like I'll adjust it now. Let's go for 50 because it's set to 50, isn't it? When you put it on 50, I can still get to. There's a lot more load going in, but you can see it's going up. It's got to be calibration. Put that at 35. Did I save my profile? Save my profile just in case. Maybe worth then just going through, reset the whole lot and start again just to make sure you did it right the first time. And that's probably one of the reasons though why I haven't adjusted anything on the pedals at all, because I thought I don't want to mess with them because I want to find out how they feel to me first. No problem. Wow. Okay, that's making something vibrate. That's the wrong gear. Then I would go through resetting the pedals. So I think there's reset buttons at the bottom. So do a reset. Go to the first page and do the calibration. And then have a look at, it should be 50 kilos at default if I remember correctly. And bring it down to about 35. And I find I can do that. You know, and if I stamp on the brake, I can hit 50 easy. Otherwise, if you're really stamping on that brake like you say you are and you can't hit the 50, maybe it's a faulty sensor. There's always a possibility. But I believe they do test the units before they're sent out. I'm kind of guessing it's just a calibration issue. At the bottom. Hold on. Let's go back again, shall we? So you open up the software. You got profile and you got reset to default for the profile. Did you save your settings to the pedal as well? So in the middle here you've got reset to default. I don't know if you can see. I wish I had another screen mode. Hold on. See if this works. Oh yeah, you might be able to see that a little bit better. Excuse the cameras because they're not really plugged into anything. So you got your reset to default here. So really, once you've done your calibration, you should be then saving the settings to the pedals. The only thing I can suggest is doing it again and making sure you saved it correctly. I can't see, can't see why you can't get that easy. And I've left everything, as you can see, as per what they come. Can't think of any other reason why it would be strange for you, to be honest. Just give it another go, it's all you can do, really. Otherwise, you could wait until they're back from the holidays. You can always try giving them a ring or an email and see what they suggest. Forgetting I toggled out, so I gotta get my switchboard. Oh, look at, we're having a party! Add to the light effect. I do like the way they've got those lights lighting up. They've done a good job with that. You could always check the website as well. I don't know if there were any help or information there with regards to setting up. Uh-oh. There we are, we're coming up on another one. And there's a garage nearby. I'll have to check to see whether that one's one we need to purchase. It only goes up to 20, you're saying? So, at the top, when you reset it, does it go back to 50 kilos at the top? I mean, it's hard to say because how hard I'm pressing compared to how hard you're pressing. I don't know, but I'd like to think you could do the same. Only goes to 65%. It does seem weird. Hold on. The garage is down here and I didn't buy it. Oh, 65 kilos. So hold on, what are you set to in kilos? Are you set to 20 kilos? Or are you set to 50 kilos? So it should be reading 50 kilos at the top then, yeah? Okay, let's go drop this off. So if it's back to default, you should be on 50 kilos, and if when you press the pedal you're only going up to 65, drop it down to 40 kilos and see if you can get up to 80. And you didn't change any of the rubber inserts or anything? You left them as default as well? I think we're in here. It's a weird one. Maybe do a reset and then do a save to pedal and then try. Because I'm wondering that even though you've adjusted it back to default, maybe you've got to tell the pedal. So I don't know if you've done that step first. So reset it back to 50, then click on save to pedal so you know that it's been saved, and then press on the pedal and see whether things look different. Good work. Right, map. Survey says 77.87. It's creeping up. This is the problem with doing this. Now we're just doing all the small runs. It's like, ugh. Trying to find somewhere where we can get a tidy run. Could do Munich up to Prague. Dortmund, Dresden or Leipzig. Need to go in that direction. Come on. Stuttgart. Ooh, we could do that, but that's an 11-hour drive. Could go that way, then down. Right. What if we do Dresden and see if we can go back that way? Nope, that's definitely the wrong way. No, no, no. Ugh. What if you went across and up? Could we? Might try that one and see if we can modify the run to go through the areas that we need and then go up. Let's have a mooch. Right, map. So we could go. We could go up. We could come down, I think. Yeah, that kind of works. Ah, see? Move that one. I hate it when it does that. 1, 2, 3 over there. Over there. Right. Think. So that's what? A 14-hour drive. Oh, this could be interesting. How much time do we have? 23 hours. I just turned the... I hate that. Oh, I keep pressing the power. We need to adjust the view. Just a bit further back. And down and angle. That'll do. That mirror's not working, I hate it. So sometimes when you do angle, the mirrors don't work on triple screens. Ugh. Oh well. Right. Why does it look like I just driven past a nice big stretch of road I should have been on? Yep. See? Gutted. I want to do that one. I want to go that way. Then go down there. Then go that way. Then across there. Oh, we're stuck. No, I think we can turn around at the end of this road. At least I hope we can. Oh, I've messed it up royally. I think I've messed. Oh, there she goes. Wow. Trailer took a pounding. This up. Right, map. There's no way I'm traveling all the way down there. And I missed the garage. Oh my god, can I start again? Right, any cracks in the barrier here? We're going to try and squeeze through. This thing's shifting all over the place. That is really cool. You can feel the lines in the road. Right, hold on. 700, 600. Oh man. Wait, there's a gap. I think we're going to swing it around by here as long as there's nothing coming behind us. Gotta be naughty. That gets us to 526, that's knocked about, what, 80 off? And this now will get us back on track. Right, this should be in the right direction now. Not quite sure what that's doing. So 695 litres in the tank, 494 miles to go, 14 hours and 2 to travel, with 21 hours in total to do the job. With lots of snow and 3% damage to the trailer already because we skidded off the road. What a great start. Speed I'm doing, we're probably going to do it again. But there was nothing coming and there was no lights. Okay, that's my headset charged up. I love the way that charges up so quick. You've lost me. Does the control software pins on your desktop? What do you mean, sorry? Explain. I think I know what you mean, but... what was that? I've just got a Heusinkveld icon. You get a zip file, if I remember correctly. You just unpack the zip file to the desktop, and then you can launch from the desktop. Then that's what I do anyway. Can't remember if you just drag it out of the zip file or whether you have to install it. But whatever I did, it's on the desktop for me. I don't use it. I don't leave it in the zip file and run it from the zip file every time. I've unpacked it from the zip file to the desktop. Go. Come on, race on, yeah. Have you tried re-downloading the software just to make sure the software that you downloaded hasn't got a glitch in it? You can always try that. Throw away the software you've got, re-download it just to make sure it's downloaded correctly, and try it again. But it does seem strange. But I'd probably re-download anyway, because I'd probably ask you to re-download the software just to be on the safe side. Because that'll be an easy fix if it's just a software and it maybe didn't unpack properly. Merry Christmas, Ashton. You're still awake then, are you? This will be my last run. 11 more hours in game on this and done. I better head to bed myself because I'll probably be woken up at like 5 o'clock in the morning or something silly. So like if we go really dark. Who needs sleep? You just want to see Santa, that's what it is. I like if we turn the light off altogether. That's kind of cool. The light behind the rig kind of stands out more now. What do you reckon? Light on or light off? Got big feet, does he? Ah, crap. Hold on. My map looks like it's all over the shop. I hate it when it does this. Right, I need to reset navigation. We're going to head this way. You want to move that down there. Do we want to go that way? And that way. There we are. That should stop the confusion with the map. I've always thought that very rude of Santa. Certainly is. It's 147 in game. It looks like we're going to be dropping this off at least in some daylight, which will be nice. Instead of being pitch black all the time. Whoa, where did he come from? Jesus. He was flying up. Okay, granted I was in the middle of the road, but that's not the point. Well, hopefully, I'm hoping at least for this run we'll hit at least 78%. It would be nice if I could do 79, but I can't see it going up that far. Oh, he's got a pile of presents under the tree. Then he'll end up going up to my parents and have a pile of presents up there as well. And then he'll be picked up by his mother then later on in the afternoon, and she'll have a pile of presents for him as well. So he'll do rather well because... good bit of ice by there. It is good to see that the ruts do play a part on the truck. I know I've mentioned it before, but you can feel it in the wheel if I drive across them. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's smooth. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. I think I want to go straight on. I don't know where that's telling me to go. Squeeze that truck out. I'm going to have that lane. Let's see if we can make some good time down this way. We're up to 7 hours 42 remaining. We're doing a 55 and a 49, so we'll be making up a little bit of time. And a 6 hours 46, going good. 123 miles left. 533 litres left in the tank. I think we're making good time. Gone down the middle. Shit. Holy crap. Oh, that wasn't the brake, that's the brake. Oh my god, how am I gonna get out of here? Not like that. I think we're gonna be stuck. Let's do a change it for you, shall we? Don't slip. Oh god. Didn't think I was going to get out of that. Right then. 6 hours left in game. All going quiet out there. I think everybody's fallen asleep. Hello there, Gareth. Merry Christmas. Uh-oh, uh-oh, we've done it again. Well, this is gonna suck. And off-key still with us. Did you see my little jaunt off the road? Oh my god. Don't get yourself stuck between barriers, that was quite awkward. Watching on the Xbox. I gotta admit, it's very rare I tend to watch YouTube or something on the TV. I know my son does it loads, it's like, eek. I'd rather watch Cartoon Network, I think. Come on, get up. It's coming at 6:01. So it should be getting lighter soon. Do we risk it for a biscuit? See, Gareth knows what I'm on about. I'll tell you what, I'd rather watch Gumball than bloomin' YouTube. Especially the Fortnite rubbish he watches. It's like, oh my god, it's driving me potty. What cartoons? Oh my god. Can't really think of anything. As I say, the only one that I've enjoyed watching with my son when he was growing up, and still is obviously, was the Gumball cartoon. That, I think, is great. Ah, here we go. Oh, how does he stop so quick? Because I certainly can't. Jesus. I can't do anything. There's a car right behind me. This sucks. We're having a bad one. We're on 6% damage. Oh dear. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, 6% to the trailer, but the goods are still 0. That's brilliant. I'm trying to remember what cartoons I used to watch as a kid. Of course, going back some. Nah. Haven't used that truck for a while. I'm too busy hopping between different areas to try and fill in the map. I tell you one thing, right? One thing they don't do as good as what they used to was the theme music for kids' TV music. It used to be so much better. Don't get theme music anymore like it used to. Captain Caveman Hong Kong Fooey. Yeah. Captain Caveman. What was the other one? Fangtooth and stuff like that? Holy crap. It's like I remember the music for Ulysses 31. My god, that used to be an awesome piece of music on that. Anybody remember that one? That's going back some. I mean, granted, we had some really rubbish cartoons as well. Danger Mouse. Yeah, they still try with that one, don't they? Go on then, let's do it then. Let's go back and let's dredge up the past. What was the first computer system you had? Or that you remember? Oh, it's not going to get me back here. Mind you, when I say computer system, it was more like a wooden brick back in my day. Sega Mega Drive, really? Wow. Yeah, I remember the Mega Drive. Good little machine. Still got it. Hey, keep on to that. It'll be worth something one day if it's in good nick. I've still got my PlayStation. I've got all the PlayStations. PlayStation 1, modded. Don't know if it still works. Stuck in a box up the loft somewhere. PlayStation 2's in the cupboard upstairs. PlayStation 3's in the cupboard alongside it. PlayStation 4 is out. Should really look after the first one. I should get the first one back out and see if it's still okay. Is this an original? Yeah, still got the original box for all the PlayStations. I used to have a Commodore Amiga. I used to have a Commodore 64 before that. Never got into the ZX Spectrums. Yeah. Never got into the BBC Micro, although I used plenty of them. And I think the first console I ever had was an Atari Pong machine. I can't remember the model number though. God, I was going back some. Do I use them? No, I mean my son uses the PS4. The PS3 comes out now and again. But I haven't touched the PS2 or the PS1 in a long time. The PS1 I probably haven't touched for years. I probably should dig it out and see whether it still works. Probably hasn't been stored too well, that one. It's had a bit of a bad life up in the loft. Kind of wish I never got rid of my Commodore Amiga though. I used to have a Commodore 500. I remember when I bought, was it 512 of RAM? I mean, today we buy gig. It was like 512 megabyte, I think, of RAM, and then that cost me like 150 quid, something like that. Anyway. And the first hard drive I bought was for the Commodore Amiga, which was like 20 meg hard drive. It's like you look back now and you think, holy crap, how did I cope? Why is that, Gareth? I guess you mean you're keeping your PC and having PS4, yeah? That's getting old, isn't it? Like off-key. 2 512 meg sticks. Wonder what CPU. Did it have a CPU still in it? Wonder what it was. Like an old Pentium series or something? Probably not even Pentium. I've been tempted to get a PS4 Pro, but there's nothing that's come out recently that I've really wanted to play, so I've kind of held off. I'll wait until the next revision. You know, unless Xbox can make something that's significantly better than the next PlayStation, then I'll probably just go for whatever the next one is, PS5 or whatever they decide to call it. That was a hell of a name. Holy moly. Steam for console? Not as far as I'm aware. You'll have they'll be trying to tie in with the PlayStation network, and I don't think Sony would allow that, to be honest. You can get things like CD keys though. They'll sell games codes. You can do it that way, I know that much. I've never really done it that way though when it comes to console. I've either bought directly through the PlayStation network, or I've just bought the game directly and had it delivered, you know, the old-fashioned disc way. Do you reckon it's safe? No, it's not, and I can't slow down. Oh, trouble. Swing it in. What a mess! I couldn't stop in time. Alright, there's a biker right by there. I hope he's moved. Where is he? Nope. Need him to move before I can move. It was indeed. He was nearly toast. Wow, it's a cell wrong. You should try booting that up and playing ETS. Probably get like 1 frame and that's it. never get it to load. Yeah, probably. Probably get the boot screen and that's it. And sorry, and good night. Look at the trailer wobble. Holy crap. Whoa. Oh wow, look at that, 36 minutes remaining with 6% damage. What's the trailer like? Still on the trailer's on 6, but the goods are on 0. And that guy's coming in quick. Finish line is in sight. Still haven't been playing the track in. I'm very disappointed in you, Gareth. You still be messing around on your farm. I tell you what, if you do, put this mod on. It's brilliant. What, on my VTC? Well, just me. I'm just the lonely trucker. It's really used just to track my my mileage, if I remember to load the damn thing. But anybody's welcome to join if they wish. It's not something that I try to promote every stream. It's just there if people want a company to join, you know. Otherwise, it's mainly just to track my mileage. Oh, look at that. Nearly bang on straight away. Not enough revs. That's just a number pad. Because I use a mini keyboard, it doesn't have a number pad. Some things like to have number pads. So it's just literally a number pad. So I've got access to those keys if I need them. I use it for logging in and things like that because I use a key code to log in. But yeah, it's nice. I mean, that cost me like a tenner off Amazon. You know, it's supposed to be mechanical or mechanical type number pad, but it was pretty cheap. So I picked it up. Does the job. Glows in the dark so I can see the keys. That's alright, you're more than welcome to ask. It's like I've still... Where are we? Ugh. Brake. That is that one. Oh, where is it? Because that one was the original keyboard I was using, which is a Logitech. This thing is great. If all you want is a simple keyboard, and you're not worried about having light-up effects or anything, this thing... I've had this keyboard for nearly a year. And it takes 2 AAA batteries. And these things will last you a good year. I haven't changed the batteries yet, and it's probably been a year now. But depending on your usage... Oh, that was good. I think I just broke a tab. Heavy flipping fingered. Nah, but there we are. It's all on anyway. If you want a small keyboard that works really well, I would recommend this Logitech. It's about 20 quid. It's Bluetooth. 2 small batteries, and as I say, this thing, it'll last you for ages. This one, it was £15 off Amazon, but it does light up, and it does have different colours. But it has a built-in battery and you charge it with a cable, but when you plug in the cable it doesn't work very well, so I tend to charge it overnight, but the battery will last you about 3 or 4 days only. So it's kind of frustrating in that respect, but again, for 15 quid I don't need a fancy gaming keyboard. I just need to be able to type in some simple commands, you know, maybe browse the internet once in a while. All I want is a nice small keyboard. But this thing for 15 quid with backlit keys, different colours, bargain, you know? I was going to purchase a mini, what do you call it? Oh, slipped my mind now. A mini gaming keyboard, you know, full RGB, full mechanical switch for about, I think they were down in price to about 30 quid. But then you're still looking at an extra couple of inches on the end of this. And it's like, why do I need to buy, or why am I looking at buying a keyboard that's so damn big? Got to be clunky when you're hitting the keys, and it just seems silly, so I just talked myself out of it and was like, nah, just go for a cheap and cheerful keyboard because that's all you need. And yeah. Well, happy with that. 78.45. That was a good jump up. That is looking pretty good. We're going to have to go back north. I think here, Hamburg, Rostock, Warsaw. There's a good section up there to travel. And over here in France. Yeah, so it's all moving forward. Right then. I am going to call it a day. It's coming up to 1 AM for me. I'm probably going to be up at 5 or 6 AM with my son because he's going to want to bug the crap out of me to get up in the morning. So that was going to be great. I'm going to look forward to that one. Hey. Anyway, hope you guys have a good Christmas, and, well, you probably will have a good New Year as well. Not quite sure. I probably will be on tomorrow evening. Because when he goes to bed, I'll either be watching TV or I'll be playing games. So chances are I'll be back on late evening, I would have thought. Failing that, though, I'll see you in the next video. So everyone take care, have a good time, don't get too drunk, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.